I had the chance to play Into the Radius 2 on Steam. Right now it's in early access, and there's no sign of it coming to standalone Quest just yet. I've played the original, and it's fantastic, is what someone would say if they'd played the original and liked it, but I've never touched the original. I've never played one. I've dabbled in it briefly, but it's just not something I ever got around to. So I'm coming into 2 completely naked. No idea. And I gotta say, it's a beautiful game. I'm really enjoying it. There were a couple hiccups I'll talk about near the end of this, but up front, it's delightful. The netherworld that you kind of find yourself in, and I love so much about this. We're gonna get into it. You're watching Bringhurst VR. Alright, so to start, when we begin in this game, we have something of a bunker, and it's a safe zone. You have different buildings that serve different purposes. For instance, one is where you can find your missions, and they send you out into the netherworld to collect different items, bring it back, drop it in this bin, close it, and it gives you cash for that. You take that cash, and then there's another building, an armory, where you can upgrade your weapons. You can buy flashlights and lighters and new harnesses, more pockets, ammo, all that stuff. And this is just generally where you start every game. Every mission you take sends you out into this, I keep calling it the netherworld. I'm not sure what else to call it. The radius, I guess.
Do you think so?
And out there, everything is a mess. It's terrifying.
What is this?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I lost all my stuff. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. On the horizon, you have this giant kind of black hole that's just beautiful in PC VR. And it's like a minefield out there. You have got these twitching, kind of chaotic creatures that come for you. There's actual NPCs, characters out there in the woods that also want to take fire at you. There are these kinds of mines that if you get too close, and even on a timer kind of, they explode and kind of burst outward. And there's a number of ways that you can get hurt in this game and eventually die. And so between those mines and whatever this thing is, kind of meandering through the woods, get too close, it electrifies you. And it seems like all the liquid out here, very reminiscent of something you'd find in like Chernobyl or something. You can't stand in it for too long, it takes your health down. And then there's these kind of clusters of these gravitational fluctuations where something is kind of on repeat. A chair is exploded and you get too close to it and it kind of fires outward, these shards of wood. And so all this stuff you got to steer clear of. And so far, having not beat this game, again, early access, some of this could change, but it's just increasing these missions, exploring further and deeper into the woods, collecting artifacts and gadgets that I'm supposed to take back to base, get money for it, upgrade my weapons. And really the biggest part about this game to me so far is just making sure that you got the ammo and weapons that you need going out there. It's not a small thing, because out there, you know, it's very realistic. If I have a pistol and the clips in it, and I could have 2 more clips on my belt, well, there is this thing where you got to fire the gun and you're out of ammo, and fine, you take the ammo out and replace the clip, but you only do that 3 times. And if you want to like reload a clip and put it back into the gun, it is this thing where you have to take your box of ammo off, you got to take the gun, remove the ammo, reholster the gun, take the clip, hold it next to the box, refill it, put the box back on, grab the gun, put the clip back in the gun, and it's this whole thing. And if you're in the middle of something where people are trying to kill you, it's kind of stressful. It's the same process for like reloading a shotgun. And so more than once, I find myself just in this thing where I think I'm ready, I think I'm good to go, and I'm out of ammo, and it's just easier to run back to base and re-up what I need and go try again. If you die, then this backpack that you have gets left where your body is. And so maybe you can buy a new one, but for me, I'm constantly, without a way of collecting and putting things away in my backpack, I'm just continually going back out there and trying to get my bag so that I can get back to work. Oh man, where did I die? Where did I die? Come on. It says it's right here. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. And that bag is cool. I really like it. It is this thing where you can pull it out and let go, and it just hovers right in front of you, and then you could put things in it. And it's not as if they disappear into the backpack. They physically float in the position that you place them. So if you want to say that lighters and straight ammo are the top left, you would just delicately kind of put them there. And even something like a shotgun. I was told that I should be able to drop a shotgun over my shoulder, and I haven't been able to do that. I'm told it's supposed to work, but anytime I drop it over either shoulder, it just falls to the ground. Something like a sawed-off shotgun, you can put in your holster on the side in place of your pistol. If I have multiple guns and I can only have one in a holster at a time, or even the long barrel that I can't figure out, you could take your backpack and like kind of put the long barrel in it, so it's just kind of like protruding out of it, like one of those limitless suitcases that you keep pulling like lamps out of. You can just do that and then put it back over your shoulder. And so I like how it works. I like being able to just throw things at the backpack and be done, be on my way. And then once that backpack's full, you go back to your base, and there's a wall that you can kind of like throw guns at and ammo. It's just a place to save all the stuff that you're earning. Already, I was just last night introduced to this new creature that kind of rolls up to you like a tumbleweed, and it reminded me a lot of like the creature from Prey. If you guys played that, I don't know. It's pretty expansive. It's always throwing something new at me, and I really like how this works. How when I have to make it to, say, a safe house in the middle of the woods, or I'm meant to go to this artifact on a map, between me and this artifact is, especially at night, this risk of being seen. And I have a flashlight on my shoulder here, and so if I'm sneaking up to a house and I can see these guards kind of patrolling it, then I gotta turn off my flashlight, get low to the ground, and try to sneak up without making a lot of sound. And it's pretty rewarding. It really is. Knowing that these guys are on the hunt for me, and somewhere in the dark there's these other creatures. It is this complex game of kind of cat and mouse and staying low, staying quiet, making sure that you've got all the ammo and accessories that you need to complete this mission. And I'm finding that it's more than just a game. It's kind of like in terms of what it asks of you, I'm thinking of like Subnautica, in the sense that before you go on any kind of a long trek, you got to be well equipped and make sure you know what you're doing, where you're going, and plot everything out. And I get a lot of that here with this. And so it's something that, you know, if I wasn't reviewing a new game every single day, I could see myself getting lost in it and really just calling, okay, this is the game I'm going to play for the next 3-4 months. Like, I just leave it at that. And that's great. You know, I like that it asks so much of you, and the cost of entry is low, but it's clear that like you could get good at this. You could really beef up your backpack and the number of slots that you have. And before you know it, you'll be rocking an automatic weapon and just plowing through guys. And I am excited to see how this thing resolves plot-wise. These safe houses that I was talking about in the woods, it is a place where you'll find syringes to bring up your health and, you know, crackers to eat. There are cigarettes all over this thing, and I really like this aspect of it. It's not just a thing to do. It is this thing where if you find a pack of smokes, you could take the cigarette, put it in your mouth, light it, and then it seems to relax you. It steadies your aim. It calms you down. It seems to give you more stamina. And so I don't know. It's a weird thing that I rather like, you know? It kind of calms me down too. Just like in game, having that smoke, I feel like everything's going to be okay. And in that safe house, there's a bed with a timer. And so if you're in the dark and you're trying to stay low and you've got your flashlight and it's just that's when the monsters come out. You can actually go to bed, rest up. And so that does a few things for you. I think it helps with the health, but also it snaps to daytime, which is not a small thing. So I really like this game. I like what it's trying to do. Again, it's early access, and when is it coming to standalone? No idea. But having said all that, there are some hiccups that have to be addressed. I already mentioned the shotgun not holstering over my shoulder. There's also an issue with the sawed-off that I had. I don't know if it's going to replicate across multiple weapons, but there was this thing where I'm in the woods and I'm like panicking. Okay, I got my shotgun. Let's load it, and I'm backing up as this dude's coming towards me. He wants to murder me. And I fire, and it goes bang, bang. But nothing happens. No smoke comes out of the shotgun. There's no flash of light. He's fine. And so I cock it and look. The shells are still there. Try it again. Bang, bang. Nothing happens. Doesn't matter what I do. The only way to resolve it is to go back to base, restart the map, the mission, and get back in there. Then it's fine. That happened multiple times. There's also the issue of holding weapons and gadgets. When you hold something in your hand, if you turn your hand like that, it's almost like the weapon that you're holding, the axis of rotation pulls away from your hand. And if you extend your hand, that too causes the axis of rotation to escape further from your wrist, so that if you go like that, it causes the gun to leave your hand completely. And it's ugly and it's a glitch and it needs to be fixed. But it also just brings to mind the state of these arms, the state of the body. I'm not going to go into it again too much. What are you going to do? I wish that these people would give us something to toggle the body on and off. All we need are hands. That's all I want. Give me gloves. There's this thing where, you know, some games like Half-Life Alyx, if you lean into a building, into a wall, then your field of view will just kind of go black. But in this, like so many other games, instead of going black, it physically pushes your body back, and it's disorienting, it's nauseating. You get the same thing if you can't physically grab anything from your holster. Like if I try to, my hand hits a barrier, and so all the time it's like I'm just kind of pulling the trigger and summoning the thing to my hand, the ammo or whatever I'm going for. And I would much rather be able to just have floating pockets in the holster that I just reach for, that I can reach into. Because right now, if I want to grab the lighter that's pinned to my chest, I can't even touch it. And that's a product of the body and the barrier that comes with it. The arms don't match, it never matches. It's this thing where if I'm going like this, then in the game, my arm is like this. It's stupid, it's ugly, it's obnoxious. Nothing matches, why have it? If you look down at your feet and you shuffle left and right, the legs half the time don't even shuffle with you, which already by itself, that looks terrible. But instead, it's just the body glitches and twitches to the left and to the right and just kind of scoots and shuffles without the feet doing any of the work. It's ugly and I hate it. There is multiplayer, co-op. I haven't tried that. I'd like to, but I'm such a lonely person. I don't have any friends, nor the time to do something like that. So figure it out. Tell me what you think of that. If you've done it, let me know in the comments. And so those are some of the issues I've got. I wish we'd get rid of the body, get rid of some of those barriers, stop moving us around, nauseating people, fix some of the mounting stuff with the gun. But otherwise, it's a beautiful, well-made, textured game. I really love everything about this, and I could see myself spending just hours. And I've already spent, I think it was 4 hours yesterday playing this game. And it makes me want to play the first game. I need to jump into it. As a result of not having tried that, I can't tell you what this game's about. I have no idea. I know that there's this giant kind of black hole in the horizon, and it's causing things to glitch and wig out, and I got to be careful when I'm out there, and the world is not as it seems, and it's kind of an ether out there. But what's the plot? I don't know. No idea, because I missed the first game. But I'm not sure you have to know to have a good time. You're safe inside. Don't go outside unless you have to, and you have to. And so that's my early access review. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and let me know what you thought of the first game. Have you played this and how does it compare? You'll find a link to this down in the description. It's not an affiliate link. I get nothing for it. But these guys were kind enough to send me this game for review, so thanks to them. And I have a link down below to my website where you'll find an endless list of MetaQuest games, all of which you'll get between 10 and 20% off depending on the time of the year. And it's a great way of supporting my channel. I have to build that list myself, so it's a bit incomplete, but there is a button where you can click it and request a game if you don't see the one you want there. Please check it out. You'd be doing me a favor and you'd be saving money. You guys are watching Bringhurst VR. Thank you for being here and Godspeed.